Insects are eaten in several parts of the world, mostly in Asia, Africa, and South America. In Asia, for example, China is known for eating silkworms. It is a rich food that can contain up to 60% crude protein.
There are approximately 1,700 species of edible insects in the world. The FAO, the Food and Agriculture Organization, believes that insects will be part of the solution to the rapidly emerging food crisis. Raising insects costs very little, they emit very little methane gas, and they are easy to transport to the market.
Insects have always been considered as a possible protein source of the future. Eating crickets is thought to be more sustainable than eating beef. We're talking about a farm that isn't very big, and they can be raised in large quantities very quickly and transported. Well, they can be easily obtained. We don't need to go to another country to find crickets. We can find them close to us.
The European Union in December certified that some bugs are fit for consumption. They recently approved crickets, mealworms, and grasshoppers to be brought to market. The bugs are permitted to be sold, frozen, dried, and powdered. The largest insect farm in Europe says they will be allowed to commercialize in various foods such as cereal bars and dried pasta. They also put in an application for black soldier flies. Another Dutch firm, Fair Insects, intends to market the crickets as an ingredient in breakfast cereals, pastas, baked goods, soups, and meat products. This week, the firm announced it has raised £50 million in equity to boost international expansion and research and development. If there's an international expansion, could this be coming to the United States? And will this end world hunger? Let me submit another solution. It is God's plan for us, and that is to grow your own food.
Sister Betty, we're at our house trying to help her with her garden, trying to identify what direction the sun rises. So we've identified north is that way, so that means south is this way, and then west. The sun rises in the east, sets in the west. We're going to plant the taller plants towards the east. The rest of the house will give shade as the sun sets. It's always good to interplant your greens with garlic or some form of an onion or green onion because they deter the pests. The herbs, you can put cilantro at the end of the next bed and this one in the middle. This is a parsley. I'm gonna put it right there. Collards and kale.
Can you tell us why you're setting it up the way you are?
Well, the taller plants, the bigger greens like our kale, collards, and our beans are going to go on this side of the bed, and then the smaller, more tender greens will go to the front. The taller plants, of course, are going to need a lot more sunlight, and so we put them on the opposite side of the house because, of course, the house is going to shade out the plants. Putting them here will allow them to get the sunlight they need.
And what is this one, Sister Cherise?
That's a strawberry.
Oh, okay.
Strawberries we're going to put together. This callaloo I wouldn't put in a bed, but I'm going to put it right here. Because once the seeds drop, they're going to go everywhere. Yes. So if you have raised beds for veggies, you don't want to put too much heavy roots crop. Like your sweet potatoes, your regular Irish could go in here, but not sweet potato. Because it's going to take out the entire bed. I wouldn't put cassava in a bed. You can put cassava by itself.
Yeah, we used to have cassava. So many.
He forgot he planted
So
it,
many
and then it was like
cassava.
so huge we couldn't even eat it.
So can you imagine digging up your raised bed to
yes,
harvest
yes.
that? You would ruin everything.
Able to
Save the
eat.
stalk and plant it again.
Yes.
Just keep it in some water. In the middle, we're gonna put carrots and the callaloo seeds and bok choy seeds in the middle right here. I'll leave a little bit of space in between, so as these are coming up, I'll give you some seeds on Sabbath so you can keep planting, so you can always have harvest. The flowers, we're gonna put those last. We're gonna fill them in on the end, and that's an elderberry. That doesn't need to go in a bag.
Oh, it
It'll
doesn't.
get bigger than this. So, yes, but it's you know, you're familiar with elderberry? You can use it to make syrup.
I have it in some of my supplements, but not.
So
Not the
big
plant.
tree.
It's gonna be a big plant.
Okay.
Yes, not a tree, but
But
it's
it plant like a.
a
Just
big
like the-
plant.
Okay.
Yes, and then when it gets big, you can harvest the berries and make syrup
Okay.
for cough. So we're gonna get planting. Gonna break ground with some strawberries, and these they're already starting to bear. The thing with strawberry, I'm gonna give them space because there's supposed to be another one. When the strawberries are finished bearing, it's gonna send out runners, and the runners will take care of the entire garden if you don't control them.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give them this square, and then from these two plants you can get, it's probably around the front. From these two plants you can get an entire bed of strawberry in a year. So, and another thing, it's raining right now, but before you transplant your veggies, you always want to make sure that it's watered, so it's not too dry, you don't damage the roots. And in the evening, I mean, you know, it's clouded right now, but you wouldn't want to do this in the morning if it's gonna get hot, because that will put a lot of stress on the plants. So you're gonna go down. When you plant strawberries, the crown always have to stay exposed so it doesn't rot.
Okay.
I'm gonna plant one there and one right here, and it's gonna give them space to branch out. If you have leaves or mulch or wood chips, you wouldn't want the berries to hang on the floor. So I'm gonna put a little bit of the pea trash under it so that the berries rest on them so they don't rot. It would be nice if they're hanging outside of the bed, but we'll do it just like that. So thank you for joining us on Seed Time and Harvest. Bye. Happy planting. Take care.